Her silence isn't the end. It's a message waiting to be understood. There's a silence that doesn't scream, doesn't beg, and doesn't cry, simply waits. And yet, in that very silence lies a message louder than any spoken word. A message that many fail to hear until it's too late. When a woman goes quiet, it's easy to assume she's giving up. But what if her silence isn't surrender? What if it's the only language left when everything else has been ignored? The emotional buildup before silence, before she becomes silent, there were countless moments she spoke up. Not with anger, not with accusation, but with hope. She tried to explain her feelings in ways that wouldn't make you defensive. She tried to share her needs without making you feel blamed. She hoped you'd see the subtle changes in her tone, the soft plea in her eyes, the fatigue in her smile. But often, those gentle signals get dismissed. Because they don't come with ultimatums. They don't shout. They don't threaten. So she learns that maybe silence will say what words failed to convey. Silence as a defense mechanism when emotional fatigue sets in. Silence becomes a protective barrier. It's not because she has nothing to say. It's because every attempt at communication has been met with indifference, distraction, or minimization. Her silence is not designed to punish you. It's designed to protect her. Protect her from the exhaustion of explaining herself. Protect her from feeling like her emotions are a burden. Protect her from the loneliness of speaking into an emotional void. The pain of being emotionally invisible. There's a particular ache that comes from feeling emotionally invisible. It's not dramatic, it's not loud, but it's persistent. When she sits beside you and feels unseen, when her words float past you like background noise, when her emotions are dismissed as overthinking, that's when silence wraps around her like armor. Not to shut you out, but to shelter her heart. How silence speaks volumes. Every silence has its own texture. Sometimes it's heavy with disappointment. Sometimes it's brittle with resignation. Sometimes it's soft, almost peaceful, not because she's content, but because she's detached, but always speaking. Silence says, I've said everything I could in every way I knew how. Silence says, I'm waiting to see if you care enough to notice what's missing. Silence says, I need you to meet me in this quiet space and listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart. Why many men misinterpret silent society. Teaches men to respond to visible problems. If she's not complaining, it must mean she's fine. If she's not arguing, it must mean the issue is over. But silence isn't always peace. Often, it's the final bridge before emotional distance turns into emotional departure. Ignoring her silence because it feels comfortable is like ignoring a warning sign because it's not making noise. The opportunity hidden in silence, but here's the thing. Her silence isn't a locked door. It's an invitation to pause, to reflect. Step into her emotional world without being prompted. You don't need grand speeches. You don't need to fix everything. You just need to notice. 2. Sit with her to ask what's on your heart. And more importantly, to stay. Stay even when she says, I'm fine. Because sometimes I'm fine is just a shield she's holding up, hoping someone will care enough to look behind it. How to respond to her silence creates safe emotional space. Don't interrogate, don't rush. Just let her know that you're there when she's ready. Acknowledge without defending. If she chooses to open up, resist the urge to defend yourself. Just listen. Validate her feelings. Be consistent, not dramatic. Grand gestures aren't necessary. What she needs is emotional consistency, a presence she can trust. Reflect on your patterns. Ask yourself, have I been truly listening, or have I been hearing just to respond? Rebuild emotional safety gradually. Understand that trust is fragile. Show through small actions that you value her emotions. The healing power of being understood. When a woman feels heard, she softens. When she feels safe, she opens. Her silence isn't a wall. It's a wound. And like any wound, it needs care, not pressure. Understanding her silence can be the turning point. A moment where connection is rebuilt, where emotional intimacy is deepened, but it requires patience and humility. Why this matters beyond the relationship. Learning to understand silence isn't just about saving a relationship. It's about evolving as a person. It's about learning to listen beyond words. It's about being present, not just physically, but emotionally. In a noisy world, the ability to attune to silence is rare. But those who master it build connections that are unshakable because they see what others overlook. They hear what others ignore. Final thought, silence as an emotional mirror. Her silence reflects not just her pain, but also your opportunity. An opportunity to grow, to connect, to heal together, but only if you choose to see it. Only if you're willing to listen, not to fix, but to understand. Conclusion, Awaken Mindset message. This message resonates with you. Perhaps it's time to pause and truly listen to the silences in your own life. Not just in your relationships, but within yourself. At Awaken Mindset, we believe that understanding begins where words end. If you're ready to cultivate deeper emotional connections and grow into a version of yourself that truly listens, stay with us, subscribe, share, and let's awaken this mindset together. Because sometimes the most powerful transformations begin in silence. Awaken Mind, your space for emotional clarity, growth, and deeper human connection.